Hello viewers, welcome to Raxio Hour. Let's take this opportunity to wish you a happy Independence Day from Raxio Data Center.
Yalama anu Independence Day ebuna jaul kanyangon. Amunoro ngasulo teso kere Uganda kere Independence Day na jokan.
Niye nakubaza Independence Day nungi.
Njagaliza abantu bonna olunaku lw'ameefuga olulungi.
Nani huba kanisa luna lulai Independence Day. Isi mwezi tana.
Nimbendeza Independence nungi.
Tunafurahi sana kuingia wakati ya Independence Day.
Ouhurulo likaru ikaisakanyape anu ikanyauni.
அனைவருக்கும் இனிய சுதந்திர தின வாழ்த்துக்கள்.
Buona, kubagondeza ekiro kya independence ekirungi.
Nimbagondeza ekiro kyokwema ekirungi.
Mwasiba muta nimbendeza ekiro kyokwetegeka kirungi.
Bagaliza independence enungi.
It goes without mentioning, Uganda is indeed rich and diverse in culture, but also our love for this nation unites us. To celebrate 58 years of Uganda's independence, we take a look at the evolving ICT sector and some of the defining moments that shaped our tech industry over the years. Let's start off in the 1960s, when the first mini computers with storage capacity of about 4,000 words were installed at Makerere University and the Ministry of Finance. Preceding events in the 1990s scored more significance for the ICT revolution. These included the launch of the first mobile telephone network operator, Celtel Uganda, and the first internet service providers, Telkom, both in 1995. 2 years later, in 1997, Uganda Communications Commission (UCC) was formulated to regulate the sector. The same year also birthed another telecom service provider, MTN, which enabled more Ugandans to get access to mobile phones. The year 1998 saw the formation of Uganda Telecom Limited. Fast forward to 2006, the Ministry of Information and Communications Technology was established to provide strategic leadership and supervision in ICT. Then, in 2009, mobile money services were introduced, significantly promoting financial inclusion, and then, most recently, in 2019, construction of Raxio Data Center, Uganda's first Tier 3 and truly carrier-neutral world-class data center facility located in Namamve. No doubt, Uganda's ICT sector is one of the most vibrant and fastest growing sectors within the region, at the forefront of economic digital transformation. Raxio Data Center is proud to contribute to the development. Also this week, we have a chat with our reseller partners, Roke Telcom. Mr. Michael Mukasa, the Chief Commercial Officer, tells us more about the significance of this partnership.
My name is Michael Mukasa. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer for Roke Telcom. Roke Telcom is a Ugandan telecommunications company. We've been in existence for the last 14 years, and we provide both what I would call corporate and retail services to the market. Roke Telcom started out 14 years ago, as I said. We started out as a wholesale company, primarily dealing in wholesale voice minutes. After a few years of operations, we moved into what I'd call retail business, fiber to the premises for offices, for SMEs, and for different companies. And then we transitioned to the home market, giving people home broadband. And finally, we started our what I'd call consumer product, which is the Roke Spot service. It's the hotspot service around the country in over 400 locations. Roke Telcom has many strengths. I think they're incorporated in our company values. We abbreviate those as SOLID. This is superior customer service, open-mindedness, leaders in innovation, integrity, and dependability. We work with the whole spectrum of clients. Like I said, we have wholesale customers, we have what I call corporate enterprise customers, banks, NGOs, hospitals, you name it. We also have what I'd call residential customers. These are the home broadband customers. Currently, a lot of people are working from home and studying from home, so home broadband has become an essential need to most people. And then lastly, we have our consumer retail customers who use our hotspot service in different locations around Uganda. Raxio is a big game changer, and I think the decision to work with Raxio is a no-brainer to anybody in the telecoms industry. Raxio is the first carrier-neutral data center in Uganda, which means that all players, large and small, are able to provide services. It provides choice to the customer, in that the customer can choose which connectivity partners to work with and how they want to work with them. And now under the reseller program, we can right-size the package to fit the individual consumer. We can sell down to even a single rack unit, depending on the customer needs. We see this as a growth partnership. As Raxio grows, Roke Telcom will grow. It enables us to connect to international carriers who we may not necessarily be in contact with. It enables us to offer services to our customers, such as co-location and cloud services. And also, it generally enables us to transform from just being a telecoms company to being a complete services company.
Thank you, Michael. Moving on, our president and CEO, Mr. Robert Mullins, joined other industry leaders to discuss the future of data centers and cloud services in Africa at this year's DataCloud Africa Leadership Summit. We bring you the highlights.
You know, given your position as somebody who's invested in the sector and is also operating data centers in Africa, really just two questions. The first one being, you know, how does the investment community view the African data center space now? Obviously, in light of the process that Jan's company went through last year, which was quite well served, but also from your perspective. And secondly, you know, one question the hyperscalers tend to focus on is whether to build their own data centers in the market, or use a third-party supplier. What's your feel on their appetite for build versus buy, and also investor interest in this sector now?
Yeah, thank you, Phil. Good morning, everyone. My name is Robert Mullins. I'm currently president and CEO of Raxio. As Phil mentioned, you know, we approach it from an investment perspective. So I also wear an investment hat for an investment firm called Roha, where we spent the last 7 or 8 years investing in a bunch of different projects across Africa, greenfield businesses. About 2 years ago, when I attended the first event in Casablanca, certainly the data center space across the market drew our attention. We started looking at what was missing. That's what we always do from an investment perspective, look for gaps in the market and disparities between supply and demand in different sectors. It became very apparent as we dug into it that this was an area of high future growth. It was kind of the forgotten piece of digital infrastructure, across the continent. And so we jumped in sort of lock, stock, and barrel with the first investment in a facility in Uganda, which will be coming live later this year. A second one, which we're building out in Ethiopia. And very much, I think, like Stefan, I think we have a fairly long list of additional countries that we will build out now 10 to 12 facilities across the region. So I think overall there's bullishness against from savvy investors and experienced investors on the continent, and that's something that we're seeing as we continuously talk to investors to join us, Roha, in our various projects. I think that we've gotten a lot of receptivity both from debt providers and also from new equity providers into the space.
For more, check out our social media platforms. That's at Raxio UG on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Until next time, happy Independence Day and stay safe.